Well, good morning. So honored to be here today. I want to thank Mr. Carroll for introducing me and certainly to the board for inviting me to this wonderful event. Just real quickly, I promise to behave. Certainly I have some bosses in the crowd, so I definitely don't want to disappoint. But just real quick, I was born and raised here in Nashville, Tennessee. I attended the public school system at the Head Middle School, which is not too far from where we are today. I was in the 5th grade when I was at home with my parents, and there was a knock on the door. My mom took me to the door, and lo and behold, right before me, there was my big brother. Didn't know anything about him. I just knew that I was just going to go out and hang out. Our first outing, he took me to see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at the Fountain Square movie theater that's no longer there. After that, I was kind of pumped. We went out and had a meal, got to know each other a little bit better. He took me home, and I just remember being just overjoyed and just really happy that I was just hanging out with, someone different outside of my boundaries. My mom, she told me that I was going to continue to see my brother, during the school calendar year, for an hour to, a week. He would eventually continue to come and pick me up and take me to different events where I learned that he was a Vanderbilt medical student. Very impressed with just everything he did for me. He took me on campus. I hung out with some of his friends. I remember going to football and basketball games, getting my face painted, just things I just didn't normally get an opportunity to do. I was just so happy. And the more I hung out with him, the more my wall came down. And when my wall came down, I shared with him some of the issues and problems I was having in school, afraid to ask questions, shy about, doing things that other kids did. And the more he encouraged me and mentored me, I just gradually got better. The things he taught me just a year of mentoring me and hanging out and sharing and speaking into my life, those things I kept with me throughout high school. I didn't grow up by any means a perfect child. In fact, before I graduated, I became a teen parent. But I remember the things he just instilled in me that I could do with hard work and dedication. I'm very happy, today to say that he was the first person outside of teachers and maybe other family members that I knew that went to college. I'm very, very proud to be, a big today. And again, just through his teaching, I graduated college, went on to Nashville Tech, got my associate's degree, and later finishing my bachelor's degree. I'm very excited today to be joined by my son, he's here today. If you don't mind standing up, son. And I love him so much, and I just give, a lot of the credit, much of the credit to big brothers and big sisters and the things I learned as a little. I'm happy that, he's in his sophomore year in college, and he's going to go on to accomplish just so many great things. Lastly, I'd just like to say that, later this afternoon in a few hours, I'll get to spend some time with my little. DeMonte, is a 3rd grader, and he's just so full of life. The match couldn't be any more perfect. In fact, he wants to grow up and be a police officer. So I have a lot certainly to live up to. I could think of just no greater legacy or no greater, opportunity than if he one day is standing here talking about his stories that he's having right now with me as a big. Thank you again.